Hello, I am the Greek Geek because I am Greek and indeed a geek. This review has been long overdue, mostly because I've been away on holiday yet again, and now I'm back and ready to get stuck into movie reviews again. So let's get stuck into it. So in Philadelphia, big surprise M. Night Shyamalan, a group of teenage girls are kidnapped by a man and taken back to his lair, and they find out that he has a split personality disorder and they must try and escape with their lives. Anya Taylor-Joy plays Casey Cook, who is a socially awkward girl, which I relate to, who gets caught up in getting kidnapped with the other two girls by mistake. Betty Buckley plays Dr. Karen Fletcher, who is a psychologist who is trying to help Kevin with his split personality disorder. And of course, James McAvoy, who plays Kevin Crumb, the man with, I think, 23 distinct split personalities. And there's also Barry, played by James McAvoy, Patricia, played by James McAvoy, Dennis, played by James McAvoy, The Beast, played by James McAvoy, and Hedwig. Not that Hedwig, this Hedwig, also played by James McAvoy. There are also two other girls who get kidnapped with Casey, but they're pretty forgettable in my opinion. Also, it wouldn't be an M. Night Shyamalan movie without the obligatory M. Night Shyamalan cameo. I quite enjoyed all the characters in this movie. I liked Casey Cook, and she had some depth to her with helping the other two girls try to escape because she has prior knowledge on dealing with a situation kind of like this. I liked how with all the different personalities of Kevin Wendell Crumb is that you could tell who James McAvoy was playing. All the personalities are very distinct and you can tell which character is in the light. The first time that I watched this movie, I had no idea that it was a sequel to Unbreakable, and I don't think many people do. It wasn't marketed as such, and you don't know until right at the end of the movie. With Glass out, people know by now that Split was a sequel to Unbreakable, even though it's not a direct sequel. It takes place in the universe, but it doesn't really have much to do with Unbreakable. We only get a Bruce Willis cameo right at the end of the movie to tie it in with Unbreakable and set up Glass. I thought the acting was really good in this movie, especially by James McAvoy, being able to portray so many different personalities and do them well so that you can tell what character is in control without them having to say their name or introduce themselves or anything like that. You just know who he's playing. He is a phenomenal actor. Give that man an Oscar. The other two girls in the movie, I kind of just forget about. They're not really memorable. I don't remember what their characters really were or anything like that. They're just kind of there. But that being said, all the dialogue kept me engaged. This movie, like most M. Night Shyamalan movies, is a bit of a slow burn. Not much action and mostly dialogue. This being directed by M. Night Shyamalan, there's a good chance that this movie could be bad. Well, could have been bad, but luckily it is good, and the movie gods were kind again. I do like M. Night Shyamalan's direction, and I do like his cinematography, the way he shoots different scenes. And this being an M. Night Shyamalan movie, there is a twist, of course, and the twist is at the end of the movie, it's revealed that this takes place in the same universe as Unbreakable. I think that was a twist. But I think M. Night Shyamalan did a really good job directing this movie. It's definitely one of his better movies, in my opinion. As I said before, this movie is a bit of a slow burn. That being said, thinking back, it doesn't really take long before it gets right into the girls getting abducted. There's not much setup. It's just pretty much them at a party, going back home and getting abducted along the way. But like the previous movie Unbreakable and a lot of other M. Night Shyamalan movies, there's not a big focus on action, mostly on dialogue and world building in a way. There are long periods of just dialogue happening and people just talking. I was engaged, so I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't a bother to me. There was some action in the movie as well, but it is mostly at the end. Things that I liked was the top-notch acting by most of the cast, even though it was a very small cast. James McAvoy is amazing. He did an amazing job acting out all these different personalities. Like I said, give that man an Oscar. This sequel is independent of the first movie. You can watch it without having to watch the first movie. That's a good thing in my opinion. And most of the dialogue in the movie was interesting and kept me engaged. Things I didn't really enjoy, the other two girls in the movie were unforgettable and probably even a bit annoying, I would say. There are some dips in pace with just mostly dialogue, but doesn't detract from the movie too much, just makes it feel a bit slow. This is going into spoiler territory, just going to warn you here. It has to do with the Beast's motivation, which I thought was a bit weird. His motivation was for for killing people was to cleanse the impure or something like that, and only leaving survivors who were damaged in some kind of way, who have suffered. I thought that motivation was a bit weird and didn't really get it, but anyway. Alright, that's my overdue review for Split. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch me ramble on about a movie for a few minutes. Thank you again, and I'll catch you next time.